Welcome to Questionable Fandom. I'm Alex.
And I'm Casey.
And episode 19.
We have a special episode.
Yep.
Because we have to pre-record it.
Yep. Because one of us has to go out of town for 3 weeks.
Yeah. So we're doing a top 10 comic book movies. This is each of our lists respectively, not a conjoined list.
Right. I created my list sitting at work one day.
I actually did the same thing. So we're going to take turns naming off the different numbers here. 10 down to 2. Then we have some honorable mentions that didn't quite make the top 10.
Right.
They're literally like I had 13 or 14 movies on a list, and then figured, okay, what are the bottom 3 or 4 to cut this down to 10?
Right.
Those became honorable mentions, and then I went through the process of ordering these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I kind of did the same way. I did a little different. I made just 1 through 10 on the list.
Yeah.
I was just constantly moving them around.
I got you. I was just thinking, I was like, man, what is the one I would watch? It came down to several ones where I was like, I know these 4 are going to be in the top 4. I know these are going to be on the back end. It's like, which ones do I like least? Which ones would I watch? And then a couple of them became like, which ones would I watch right now if I had the option? Which one would I rather watch more?
Right.
This one's obviously got to be over that one.
Yeah.
Even if I might think it's better. There was a debate at myself at one point where I was like, can I put this one lower than this one? It's a better movie. But then in my mind I was like, I like this one more.
Yeah.
So these are 100% not the best things I think are the best theatrical movies. This is 100% opinion.
Yeah. I mean, this is what we enjoy. And I will admit, I did kind of cheat on 2 of my numbers.
Is it 2 together?
Yeah, one of them is 2 movies together because I feel like they're the same, or just a continuous story.
Sure.
And one's actually a trilogy.
A trilogy?
Yeah. But it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't do any of that. I stopped myself from doing that. I should have asked.
I mean, well, it was one of those, I was going to put just down 1, and then I was thinking about it. It's like, well, but the story really does go through all 3 movies.
Sure.
There's the overarching story, beginning, middle, and end on it.
Sure. Just mention whatever your favorite movie is. That's all you want me to do.
Well, yeah.
Because I have 2 on here that should be together, but I thought, I think of them a little differently, so I'm going to give them their own spot.
Yeah.
And I said off air that I had 3 honorable mentions. I actually have 4. I forgot to put another one in there.
I'll just leave all 4 I have on there then.
Yeah.
It's not that it really matters.
Yeah. Alright, well, we don't have anything else to preface.
Yeah, who wants to do number 10 first? Well, I guess we did say this on last episode, but just in case you didn't listen to it, these are full theatrical release movies. No direct to
DVD.
No direct to streaming.
Yeah.
These were in movie theaters. They did a normal run in the theaters.
This is absolutely not Marvel DC movies. This is any movie based off a comic book property.
Right. And actually, a little teaser, there's only one in the actual top 10 that's an MCU movie for me.
Mine is 4.
Mine's actually... I could probably easily made the top 10 of all MCU movies, but it's like, I actually like some of these other movies a bit.
Me too.
I didn't want it just to be a pure Marvel fanboy on my part.
Yeah, I tried to stay away from it. But there's a couple of them that, the ones I have on here are starkly different. It's not like Avengers 1, Avengers 2, Avengers 3, and Avengers 4, 1 through 5 or whatever. Like, it's not that.
I will say, when we're going through the list, if I have a movie lower on the list than Casey does, we're just going to hold off on talking about it until we get to the higher number.
Gotcha. You know what? I don't have a coin to flip.
I got a phone that can flip a coin if we really wanted to.
Yeah. No, I don't have a die either.
I got those all in their room.
Of course you do. Do it. Flip a coin with Siri there. Isn't it Siri?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you please repeat it?
I was going and you were talking. Flip a coin.
Tails.
Okay.
Wait, so you won. So do I go?
I'll go.
Fine, go.
My number 10 is Dredd.
Fuck me, I don't have this on my list at all.
It's a good movie.
I didn't think about it.
I didn't until I saw it. I'll be honest, I was looking at the Wikipedia article of all American comic book movies.
Yeah.
I forgot it was a comic book.
Dude.
I loved this movie. It was a good action flick.
Dude, fuck me. I remember seeing Judge Dredd, the Stallone movie on the list, and going, I can't put that on my list. That movie's actually not horrible.
I don't think I've ever watched that one.
I've only seen pieces of it. I haven't seen all the way through.
Yeah.
I didn't see Dredd at all. Fuck me. I would have had this. It would have made it in my top 10, actually. I would have bumped one of my MCU movies for it.
Yeah. I mean, it actually did bump a MCU movie for me.
Yeah.
It bumped it down.
I would have put it in here just for it being different and me liking it. And
I loved that movie.
Yeah.
Kind of wish it was
So
I almost want to go watch it on Netflix if it's still on there.
I don't know if it is.
I don't know if it is or not. Yeah.
Fuck me.
But yeah, I love that
this movie completely in my research.
It was a good action movie. Didn't waste too much time setting itself up.
Yeah, Carl Urban's great. This movie is super cool.
It's like there's a mega city. People live in projects. That's all you need to know. Now let's start killing people.
Yeah, this movie's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a movie that's like nothing. Didn't make a lot of money. Made a lot of noise.
Yeah.
People love this movie. Us included.
Yeah. It wasn't
big cult following.
It clearly wasn't big enough to get a sequel.
No, it didn't.
And that's a universe that's easy to do sequels on.
Yeah. No, it's a cool movie. I hope they go back to this property with a good director again at some point.
I mean, I wouldn't mind like a series necessary in its universe. That could work.
Yeah, it could work. I don't know where it's gonna end up, where it would end up, but
there's all kinds of stuff they could do. They could do like a whole season on the I forget what the character is, but the evil.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where it would fit in today's landscape. Like, I don't think it would fit on. I don't think Netflix would pick up a show like that at this point.
Maybe Amazon.
Because
they did The Boys.
Maybe Amazon would be one.
And it's kind of in the same theme.
Yeah.
I think special effects probably. Well, no. I would say maybe special effects would need to get cheaper, but
it's mostly. I would think I could do that.
I think we could do it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've watched. There's a YouTube series that could easily pull off the effects good enough.
I was trying to who published 2018? British. Interesting. Yeah, it's just like it's nothing big. I don't know.
Well, what's your number 10?
My number 10 is Kick-Ass.
Well, that's on my list. It's higher up.
Figured it would be.
So we'll move on to my number 9 then, I guess.
I actually watched Kick-Ass recently, but yeah, it made the list, but it didn't get too high.
Watchmen.
This is on my list later.
Okay.
a little bit higher. The 2009 Watchmen movie. Number 9 for me is Hellboy.
That is not on my list.
At all?
No. I've never seen it.
Fucking really?
Really?
Yeah. I went through these things and this was the thing right here. This was, I thought Kick-Ass is probably better than Hellboy. Like as a movie. Like I watched Hellboy like a year or two ago, and I saw some highlights recently, and I watched Kick-Ass like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Kick-Ass actually is lower on my list than it probably should have been from when I first watched it.
Yeah.
Because I read the comics, and the comics were just way better.
Yeah. I actually, like I said, I just watched Kick-Ass on Amazon, like I said, a month or so ago.
Right.
So it's like, Kick-Ass is probably better, but I was like, man, Hellboy, if you watch it, Ron Perlman does so good. Like, it's so iconic to me. Like, so many people remember it so vividly. Even though the movie's, like, fine, just the performances and the makeup and the effects for Hellboy are so good.
I mean,
it's very much Hellboy. It's very good.
I do regret never watching it.
I think it's on, like, it's somewhere.
I haven't really looked.
It's fun. Like, it's a totally fun movie. I dig it. The second one's good too. The second one's not on my list, but I like the second too. Now, the first one I just like I said, the makeup's really good. The practical effects are good. Ron Perlman's great. Like you get, if nothing else, when you come away from the movie, you get a super good feeling of Hellboy.
Right.
Like I was making a ton of comic book movies, and I was like, this is a comic book movie. Like it's wild. Big giant red devil man, fish guy, flame girl, like it's wild comic book shit. The movie works, you come away from it, none of it's silly.
Yeah.
It's all cool. And Ron Perlman is fantastic. It made me very sad for them to do this reboot and it fucking flop.
Yeah. I heard a lot of people say it probably would be better as a series than a movie.
Yeah.
Just from the source material.
Like I said, the movie's not like anything to write home about. Like the villain or anything, but it's like I said, the writing of just the main characters and the cast, super solid, very fun.
Yeah, it's one I should check out.
Probably should. What do you got for 8?
The Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy.
I have this higher, but we can talk about the trilogy. I have.
Oh, I mean, it really started off as Batman Begins.
Yeah.
And then it's like, there's all of them are so good and they're kind of all intertwined.
Yeah.
But we can talk about it all later on. When we get to yours. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I have 8. I have Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi movie.
Don't have that on my list.
I didn't think so. This is another one where it's like, it's also probably worse than Kick-Ass, but it actually might not be. I did.
I enjoyed that trilogy series.
I can't make a list without putting. I'm not putting the whole trilogy on here because I think 2 is the best one by far.
Yeah.
But like, it's good, man. I like Tobey Maguire. I know people. I like grown man Spider-Man. I like that costume. I kind of like the quirkiness of the Sam Raimi movies. They're kind of lighthearted. That movie's good. It's got a lot of good scenes in it. Again, it's probably not a better movie than Kick-Ass. Maybe not even a better movie than Hellboy. But it's iconic.
Yeah. Like I say, I enjoyed that trilogy.
Yeah. It's the same thing kind of like as Hellboy. It's like I remember different scenes from that movie. I remember Tobey Maguire very fondly. I remember, the J. Jonah Jameson fondly. And it's a super solid movie. I mean, lots of people thought it was the best one up until very recent.
Right.
I think the movie's super solid. In fact, that whole trilogy is more solid than you think it is.
Yeah, it really is. Except for that one scene, but where he's like overconfident walking down the street being retarded.
It's funny though. Like I'm laughing now. Like, at the very least, it's
hilarious. Yeah.
No, it's super fun. I think it's great. You don't have any of these on yours, no?
Not on my top 10.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, I mean, I like the 10s are definitely going to be different.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got for 7? Right, we're up to 7.
300.
It's not on my list at all.
Oh, really?
No.
It's one of those that probably should be higher on the list than some of the movies that are higher up. But it was one of those, before I ever saw it, I had friends that just overhyped it. Telling me it was like the greatest movie ever, etc., etc. I mean, it's a great movie, don't get me wrong.
I find it interesting that you have 300 over Watchmen. Like, they're both in the same style, same director.
Yeah. Well, it's partly because when I knew nothing about Watchmen when I went and watched it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah.
So I kind of jaded my opinion on it.
I get it.
Which is actually the same thing with 300. I was just expecting one thing and it was lower.
Yeah. Yeah, 300's, it's memorable in the opposite department of Hellboy. Right. It's like Hellboy, I remember, it's like the movie's not that good, but the performances are good. 300's like you remember it for the wackiness and the memes and stuff like this.
Over the top action.
Yeah, and like you get to it and you're like, God, there's like an hour 40 minutes of this.
Yeah.
Like it's cool.
Oh yeah.
The style is super cool.
Yeah.
Again, it's the same style in Watchmen, and my Watchmen's obviously higher. So it's not like I don't like the style or the director, even though the director wore on me eventually, because he also did the Batman vs Superman movie, which is fucking god awful. But
yeah.
But to me, it's like that style only works in a certain style of book is adapted. It's not Batman style. But,
right.
Like the 300 is definitely cool, and there's good performances in it too. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it. I've watched it a few times. So.
Yeah. So you got to say on that one?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's an action movie.
Yeah. Let's see. My 7 is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Not on my list.
1. This was a one that was weird because it almost got bumped. This is what would have got bumped for Dread if I
remembered.
Yeah. Because it's like, it's almost the same way of like, the ending no one cares about.
Right.
But just the out of left field iconicness of these characters quickly.
Yeah.
Like, no one knew who. It wasn't like Dread, like, oh, it had a big cult following.
Right.
Guardians of the Galaxy is not even a particularly fondly looked on comic book series. Like, literally, out of nowhere, instant fame and iconic nature, Yeah,
I remember before it came out, people were like, oh, this is going to be...
Yeah, what is this?
Who cares about this garbage? And they're the same people like, this is the greatest movie ever. Yeah,
exactly. Like, that, it had to be on my list just for when I watched it, I was like, knew nothing about any of these characters. This is the fat guy from Parks and Rec, sort of deal. This is Batista from WWE, right? I see it and I'm like, this thing is fucking cool. Like, if nothing else, the movie's cool. It's the first time they go into space for MCU. Everything's fresh when you watch it.
Right.
Everything's new, different. Lots of aliens, good makeup, great dialogue. James Gunn is so much different than these other MCU guys.
I mean, he also had the luxury of he didn't have to really fit into the rest of the MCU. Yeah. He could do whatever.
Yeah. I mean, later, and even still, like in the later movies, like these characters stick out in a lot of their scenes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're very unique. The movie's very unique. Again, is it better than some other things? It's got a flub ending. Villain's not very memorable. Couldn't tell you the whole scene strike down, but again, all the witty dialogue and the character interactions is a lot of fun.
It took me a second to remember who the villain was.
Yeah.
So
again, it's not super high. It's not top 5 or anything, but I thought for its place in culture, I put it on the list somewhere. Again, I would have bumped it for Dredd.
Right.
But I like the movie for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good one. Anything else?
No.
All right. So my number 6 is Kick-Ass.
My number 10.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed the movie.
I know you like it. I thought you might have it higher up.
Yeah. I mean, I remember it was like one of the first movies I got back when Netflix still did DVDs.
I don't remember. I saw it. I didn't see it in the theater, but I saw it when it came out, like on DVD.
Yeah.
This movie, again, I just watched it very recently.
It's a good movie.
It's longer than I remember it being, and it's cool, man. It's just a cool movie. It's different from anything on the rest of our list. It's a comic book movie. It's a Mark Miller book.
Right.
I've never read the book. I know you have.
Yeah.
I think the movie's fine.
I enjoyed it.
When I got to the Nick Cage stuff again, I was like, man, this stuff is solid.
Oh, yeah.
This movie is fun and different all the way through. Like, it's a whole origin movie and a bunch of characters, and it's balanced pretty well.
Yeah. And it's relatively plausible, too.
Sure.
That always kind of helps.
Yeah.
I always kind of enjoy that stuff.
It's very fun. Like, I dig this movie. Again, same place. It's on my top 10. It's like, it was right on the edge of getting bumped, but it's like, I think all my honorable mentions are like straight comic, like DC movies or whatever. And it's just like, you know what? No, man. Like, let's put Kick-Ass right there because it's different. I respect that it got made efficiently.
Yeah, they did a fairly good job.
Yeah.
It's actually fairly comic accurate. I mean, there's some stuff that the comic clearly does different because actually, I'm pretty sure, I think it was Kick-Ass. I don't think the comic was finished when they filmed it.
Really?
I think they were still working on the comic when they filmed the movie.
Yeah. I mean, the movie.
I could be wrong on that.
It's fun. It's different. It's got a lot of like Hit Girl. Very fun when you see her.
Yeah.
They took a lot of balls for them to do that.
Oh yeah.
Put her on the map, Chloe Grace Moretz, as far as being able to go on and try to do some other stuff.
Yeah, which is hilarious that her parents didn't let her watch it.
Well, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
But they let her be in it.
Weird. Oh, man. How'd you like the sequel?
It was pretty good. It's a bit weaker.
It is weaker, but I think it's fun.
Oh, yeah, I still enjoyed it.
Yeah. The only thing that...
It's kind of a logical progression of the story.
Yeah, the thing that will always more of that movie is the Jim Carrey involved.
It wasn't too bad in it.
No, he's great in the movie.
It was like a serious act.
No, he's great in the movie, but
yeah.
Do you not remember him shitting that movie?
No.
So he did the movie, and he's great. Like,
yeah.
If you watch Kick-Ass 2, you're going to come away from it going, man, I can't remember the name of this character, but he's got the dog.
Stars and Stripes.
Stars and Stripes, right?
It's like Colonel or something.
Yeah,
Some military rank, I don't remember.
I think it's Colonel. And he's like this crazy militant old guy that like is trying to kill criminals. And he's got a dog that like eats them and not
he's brutal on them.
Yeah, he like beats him with a bat.
Sicks a dog on them.
Yeah, he does this great performance. You know, it's Jim Carrey. It's like over the top, but it's fun and serious.
Right.
He's got a good death scene, a torture scene, and he goes out like before the movie comes out, and he's like, "This movie is not for children. You shouldn't go watch it. Like, I regret doing it. Like, all the violence. You know, it's over the top, you know." Like, he just completely shit on the movie before it came out, and, like, his performance in it that derailed some of its momentum.
Yeah,
like, when he was, like, the biggest name actor in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but...
Yeah. Anyway.
So, you're number 6?
Number 6. Let's see. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I actually have that higher on my list.
I figured since you asked me the other day about... animated movies.
Well, I was just wondering. We're trying to stay on the same page on it.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have it higher, we'll skip it.
So my number 5 is Sin City.
This isn't on my list at all.
Which is another one that I forgot was a comic first.
Okay, that's bullshit. Like, the whole premise of the movie is it's a comic book.
I know. I feel stupid, but I mean, it's one of those that I was looking at the list where I was pulling them from. It's like, oh yeah, but it's a comic. Yeah. I enjoyed it. It was a good
cool
movie.
Marv is good. The actors in the movie are good. The style is unique. Again, there's not another movie like it on either list.
Yeah.
It's
never did see the sequel to it.
A Dame to Kill For.
Something like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see. I saw the trailer or whatever. I haven't seen the whole movie.
Right. Which I guess
it's been a long time since I've seen Sin City, but
with 300 and I never saw the sequel to it.
It's different though.
But I mean, I enjoyed Sin City.
I like Sin City. I don't love it or anything. It's not super my style, but I kind of appreciate the uniqueness of it.
Yeah, this was one where I debated on where to put it on the list.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably could have been lower, but...
I find it crazy that you don't like the Dark Knight trilogy that much.
Yeah.
It's so up high. Over 300 especially. I can see someone liking Sin City just for the style.
Yeah.
I know some people really love it.
I mean, it was a good, solid movie. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Is that all you got for that one?
Pretty much.
So we're on 5, right?
Yep.
So this is where I put Watchmen.
Okay.
I can't remember the last time I saw it, but I fucking love this movie.
I mean, the more I think back on it, the more I like it. But like I said, when I saw it in the theaters, it's not what I was expecting.
Yeah. This is my favorite comic book, or at least my favorite graphic novel. Right. Watchmen, the actual book. And yes, this is different, but to me, it's... when I watch it now, I think this is... I know some people don't like it. Those people are weird, because I don't know how... It adapts as much of it as it can. It adapts it as well as it can. Like in a movie, you know what I mean? Watchmen's really long. There's lots of shit in it. There's lots of characters. It's super dynamic. And it's a satire on the state of comic books in the 80s. So it's hard to make it into a movie in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So to me, they made it as topical as they could. To me, it's the best adaptation like you're gonna get as far as a movie goes. To the point where nobody really talks about rebooting it or anything.
Right.
Like, it's totally fun. I love it. I like the performances. When I saw it the first time, it was like one of the first movies I saw where the villain wins. And if you know anything about me, I like villains, and I like it when they win.
Right.
So I'm like, fuck, he wins. And, like, he's right. He's not, like, yeah, he's crazy or whatever, but, like, he stops a nuclear war. Like, he does it by destroying New York City, but, like, I dig it. I dig the ideas.
Right.
I dig the style. It's the same style as 300. And,
yeah.
I dig the way it's filmed. I like the sequence of it. Some people don't like the disjointed nature of it, where it's present day, then it's forward, then it's in the 60s, and then it's forward.
Yeah, I don't mind that stuff.
And then it's on Mars. I like it.
Yeah, I kind of like those.
Yeah.
Don't want like every movie like that, but when they're done good like that.
Yeah, I love this movie.
I probably should watch it again.
It's long.
So that's partly what keeps me from watching it.
Yeah, it is long. They cover a lot of ground. They try to get the whole book in there. Again, it's sort of like the thing where there's a couple characters that kind of like come and go real quick because they were in the book and they have to be in the certain scenes they're in. But again, goddamn, the book's like 500 pages. So
yeah.
But I dig this movie a lot, especially for the hard R rating, the violence. Script's good. I dig it. What's your 4?
My number 4 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Wait, did you do 5? Yes.
Yeah. You had 5 with Sin City.
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse was my 4. So it wasn't too far off of your.
Mine was 6.
Yeah.
I couldn't put.
I think it probably for me got so high because it's the most recent movie I've watched.
Yeah, I saw it recently because it went on Netflix. I watched it again. This movie it's the newest on the list, I think.
Yeah.
And,
easy.
It's super cool. I love this movie.
I enjoyed it.
There's parts of, there's an aesthetic of it where I like, it's not like the best movie or whatever, but like the style is so cool.
Right.
The animation's so cool. It's not even like, oh, this is unique because it's animated. Because it is the only animated movie on the list, because it's the only real animated movie with a full theatrical release.
Right.
Unless you put like Big Hero 6 on.
Never seen it, so.
Yeah. But it's not even just like regular animation. It's not like a Pixar movie or whatever.
Right.
It's this storyboard stylized.
Yeah.
It's got lots of modern music.
I actually enjoyed how they told them all Morales' origin story. And it was actually fairly accurate.
Yeah. And I like the full blown look. We're making a animated movie that's stylized like a comic book. We're just getting a full comic book. Full bore. Like, assume that the people watching this know what they're watching.
Right.
And it's like, assume the people... this is my favorite type of anime movie. It's like, assume the people that are watching know what they came to see. And the kids that don't know any better, it's a cool anime movie with a bunch of action. Like...
Yeah.
I
enjoyed it. Kingpin in it was clearly a comic character.
Yeah.
There's no way a person was built like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's more square than anything.
Yeah. I love this movie. I like Morales. I like the thing with his uncle and his dad. The music's good. Gwen is good. Old Man Peter is great.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the fact in this universe, like, Peter Parker dies in, like, the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Right.
Then there's all these other guys. Again, the action's great. Music's good. Animation's good.
I enjoy that they kept that his uncle was a villain.
Yeah. There's death in the movie. There's lots of awkwardness. Like, they still have time for the sort of nature of the young prepubescent.
Yeah.
And, like, the weight of being a hero with all these other heroes. I love all the cameos. Like, John Mulaney as Spider-Ham is great.
Yeah.
And Nick Cage as...
I somehow did not realize I was Nick
Spider-Man
Cage.
Noir. It's perfect. It's so
I did not
perfect.
realize I was Nick Cage until I saw the credits. Like, Nick Cage, what? Who did he play?
He's like, he's not in the credit. He's not in the trailers or anything.
Yeah.
So when I watched it in the theater. He comes on and I'm like, is that Nick fucking Cage? That dude sounds like Nick Cage. That's great to do a Nick Cage impersonation for Spider-Man Noir. That's so cool. And I see the credits. I was like, that was fucking Nick Cage. Like, who makes a movie with Nick Cage and like doesn't promote it? I'm like, well, these guys.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I saw it in the theaters.
Oh, it's worth it. Yeah. I heard that it was like worth to go see in the theaters just because of the style of the animation.
Yeah.
And the sound mixing.
I enjoyed it.
It's another one that's very new and already like kind of like Guardians, where it's like it's still new, but people talk about it a lot. It's hit culture. Like there's memes of it. There's a lot of people that dig it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's in a sequel or anything, but
It may. They left it open to the possibility.
I think there would be I think that it would be more like they would just make another movie in that style, maybe with a different
Maybe.
character. I don't know
Or they may just continue the Miles story.
Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. You'd think if there was a sequel, they would announce it by now.
Yeah. I mean, but to be fair, it is animated. Those do take a while to make.
Yeah, that was always my thing with this one, because it's like, where did it come from? It just comes it came out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, they kept it kind of fairly good quiet on it. But it actually kind of did leave it open for more Spider characters to come back. Because at the end, you had Gwen talking to Miles.
Yeah, absolutely. There is the directors. I'm trying to see if there was just because they did. So Sony did at the end of November, put in a sequel and spin-off of the film in development due to the incredible buzz surrounding the movie.
Okay.
So there will be a sequel that continues the Miles Morales story.
That's cool.
And there's a spin-off called Spider-Women in development that would feature Spider-Gwen, the same character, and include Spider-Woman and Silk, and already has a director and screenwriter. And John Mulaney, that's funny. John Mulaney expressed interest in writing a spin-off film starring Spider-Ham, himself as Spider-Ham again.
Right.
But making it a Watergate-like story where Spider-Ham, Peter Parker, is the reporter trying to expose like a Watergate-like scandal, but with all the wackiness of this cartoon world.
I would watch it.
It sounds fucking awesome.
I would watch it.
Everyone needs to read this and go, do it. Do it. Let him do it. Please let him do it. There was also the discussions of a possibility of a TV series, or at least a series of shorts including Spider-Ham. So there's an animated spin-off series focusing on various characters across the quote-unquote Spider-Verse in development. It doesn't have a name or anything attached to it yet.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
what's your number 4?
Number 4. Avengers Infinity War.
We can talk about this here. I kind of have it higher up, but I have it combined with Endgame.
I have them as 3 and 4 together.
However you want to do it.
What do you have as 4?
Well, 4 was Spider-Verse.
I'm sorry, what do you have as 3?
Deadpool.
Yeah, let's do Deadpool first.
Okay.
Deadpool did not make it on my list or my honorable mentions. And I don't even know why. It just was like...
I enjoyed it because it was true to the character.
Yeah, I think it was in my top. It was on my list at some point. It just didn't make the cut. I think Kick-Ass kind of took its spot.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking about putting Deadpool 2 on it, but it's like I did not enjoy it as much as the first one.
I like Deadpool 2 though.
I enjoyed the movie, but it's nowhere near.
Deadpool is so good. I almost regret not having it on the list. I was trying not to have just all Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And I did try to get an X-Men movie on the list, but they just didn't make it.
Yeah.
There's just not one good enough. But Deadpool is that movie. This movie's funny. It's the only one that's like really, really fun.
Right, and it's meant to be. So.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is great. Everybody again. All the one-liners are great. All the jokes are great.
Right.
Blind Owl's great. Megasonic Teenage Warhead's great.
Colossus is great.
Fucking great. Yeah. This movie's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, I kind of regret not having it on my list, but I think it was at one point and got cut.
My main thing on Deadpool 2 I liked was the way they did Juggernaut. They actually did Juggernaut right.
I liked Cable.
Yeah, I did enjoy the movie. Don't get me wrong.
Deadpool 1 is definitely better.
Yeah.
I think at one point, again, I was trying to rank stuff on would I watch this right now? And I think it's because I've seen Deadpool 2 or 3 times, and to me it's not like the jokes are fun. Right. I saw them a lot when it came out, and I think I was just overexposed.
That's fair.
So thinking on it now, it's really good. I like its place and what it did.
Yeah.
For movies and for Fox, for them to go, we can do hard R ratings and we can do some fun stuff.
Yeah. it was good. I enjoyed it. I watched it quite a bit.
I'm guessing the Avengers stuff, is that your 2?
Yes.
Yeah. So mine with 3 and 4, both movies taking their own spot.
Yeah.
But if I combine them, they would be in the same place. Everything would just be bumped up one more.
Right. It was one of those. Whenever I think of Infinity War Endgame, I still think of them as just.
I was trying to think about which one I thought was better, and it's like I couldn't separate them because they're so close.
That was my thing. Is I couldn't separate them, so I didn't. That's how they became my number 2.
But they're both good. To me, they're different though. To me, they're different in different fun in different ways. I was trying to think because I actually kind of think Infinity War is the better movie. Set up middle, beginning, middle, end movie. Because Endgame was a little disjointed, and it's kind of we just had Thanos as the villain again, but it's got way better fucking scenes.
Yeah.
I just watched it again a few weeks ago.
I need to pick it up.
Oh, fucking good. It's on Netflix.
Is it?
Yeah.
Shit.
Wait, is Endgame on Netflix or is it Infinity War?
I don't think Endgame's on Netflix. It's still fairly new.
I did buy it on Amazon, so maybe that's what I watched.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's only been out since May.
After seeing it again, it's good. Some of these scenes are so good.
Yeah. I enjoyed the movie.
I like Infinity War a lot.
Yeah.
The action in Infinity War is, and the again, I talked about it earlier with Guardians. The first time you see Guardians interacting with other people, it's great. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, my main reason for not separating them is Infinity War doesn't actually get resolved until Endgame.
Yeah,
because it is left at cliffhanger.
Yeah, I know, and I love because I put Endgame up farther because I like that they didn't retcon everything.
Right.
Everything still has consequences. I like the time skip. I like the characters. They tried to give weight to some of these characters' decisions.
Right.
And again, I like Infinity War. The action's great. The new interactions are great. Thanos is awesome.
Yeah.
He's not as big a deal in the second one. It's more all these characters' emotional moments.
Right.
Most of their stories ending.
Yeah, they're wrapping up the first 11 years or whatever of the cinematic universe. So we're kind of moving into whichever phase we're moving into on a clean slate.
Yeah, 4.
Don't even try
to
keep
all these new
anymore.
Freaking television shows.
Yeah.
But, what we can do this to fill out some little time. What is your favorite scene in Infinity War?
In Infinity War?
Yeah, the first one. Right? I kind of think my favorite one is
I kind of lean towards the first Iron Man fight.
That's what I was gonna say. With that, where Spider-Man jumps in and it's Strange and him fighting Maul and Cull Obsidian, I think.
Yeah.
The big guy and the mental guy.
Right. I think that's probably my favorite.
Fun. But I'll tell you, when I watched the movie, because I'm such a mark for fucking Captain America, I love him so much. That scene where they're fighting in the subway with Vision and them, and
I think it was just a train station.
Yeah, train station, and the fucking music change. It makes no sense. I love it, but the music changes and the lights are flickering, and Cap shows up to catch the guy's spear and start fighting these intergalactic villains,
right?
Like in Madrid or whatever. I was like,
well, I think it was Scotland.
Scotland?
Yeah, somewhere up there.
I was like, this thing, I don't know. I love him being a badass. He's my favorite. He's so great. I think that scene's great too.
I enjoyed the big final battle as well.
I like the final battle. Again, I can't express how much I love Captain America in these movies. Like, I love that final battle of Cap and Black Panther running out faster than everybody because they're superhuman.
Yeah.
Like, I love that everybody runs out and like the king and like the world icon of history are running out first to fight all the masses of hordes.
Right.
Like, it's very fucking impactful to me.
I also enjoy Banner being in the Hulkbuster armor because he can't transform for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's good stuff for sure. And like that big battle, when Thor comes back and just destroys everybody with his new sword. Not sword.
Axe.
Whatever it is.
I also like the dwarf. I just like that whole interaction.
I like the Rocket Raccoon stuff. Yeah. I thought it was fun, for sure.
But, okay, what about Endgame?
I can tell you, before Endgame came out, I said, the only two things I need from this movie, before it came out, before I saw a trailer, I thought, to end this, actually, it might have even been before Infinity War, but I knew it was going to be 2 parts, so I kind of figured what I wanted was going to be in the second part.
Right.
Again, I'm like the biggest. And I don't even particularly care about Captain America in the books. Just like this version of Captain America.
Yeah.
I love so much. I thought, man, because I love Civil War so much. In fact, it almost made it onto my list, but it got cut. And,
it's a solid one.
I thought, man, the only thing I need out of these movies, they can do whatever they want. They can kill whoever they want. Again, because we knew the guy's contract was up for Captain America. It's like they can do whatever they want. All I fucking want is for Tony Stark to give him his shield back.
Yeah.
Like, it can't be like he gets a new shield or just gets the shield like because Tony's incapacitated or whatever, and somebody else gives it to him. Like Rhodey can't give it to him.
Right.
I need
Stark
to hand him the shield.
Yeah.
Like I don't. He doesn't have to apologize or anything. I just need him to go, you deserve this.
Right.
Like, and give him the shield back. That's all I need from this final movie, right? So in a way, that's one of my favorite scenes. Is an Endgame when he gives him the fucking shield,
right?
And he kind of they played off as a little bit of a joke, because he's got like his kids' toys on top of the shield, it's like in his trunk,
Yeah.
He's like, it's creating clutter. Take it,
right?
He's like, Tony, just he made it. My dad made it for you. Like, just take it. Like that thing. It's not like necessarily the words that were used, but it's like though it impacts me a little bit emotionally for him to get the shield back.
Yeah.
So in a way, that's my favorite. I actually think the best scene is probably the funeral at the end.
Yeah, even though I did forget who that kid was.
Which kid?
The one.
The kid that had aged up from
Iron Man 3.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome.
Oh yeah. Once I thought about it and realized who it was, like that makes perfect sense.
If you haven't, anyone who's listening to this podcast, I'm going to tell you to go listen to another podcast for one episode. Kevin Smith, when he went and watched Endgame, has a podcast. I don't listen to his podcast.
Right.
But he did a vlog or whatever about watching the movie. And I know some people are probably familiar with Kevin Smith for his movies, but he does lots of he has like 2 podcasts. Of course, he has the Comic Book Man show. If you know anything about him, like his actual podcasting and his personal feelings on stuff, he's a crybaby. He cries about everything. And me and Alex don't cry about shit. But he's just like, he reads into these characters. Like, it's fucking life for him, right?
Right.
Again, he's written comic books and things like that. So, to me, Endgame was a good movie. And then when I watched Kevin Smith explain how he watched the movie, again, from a guy who makes movies, and a guy who wrote comic books, and a guy who loves these movies.
Right.
And, like, a guy who just gets really emotionally attached to shit really easy. It made the movie even better for me. Like, he was explaining why that... He was just recapping the movie, and when he got to, like, the dad thing, when Tony talks to his dad, which is a great scene.
Yeah.
But when he gets to the end of the funeral, or the death scene, then the funeral, because they're, like, right back to back, he's, like, bawling. Not, like, tearing up or getting choked. I mean... I think he even posted a picture, you can find it. I mean, just completely red-faced, water covering his cheeks, crying.
Yeah.
Right? And he's explaining why, both of them, why, Cap had to give everything. And he gave it every bit of his life. Personal life, friends, love, any of this. He had to give everything to save all these people and be what he was. So he deserves that, to go back in time and get a real life.
Right.
And he won't tell Scott, right? I mean, not Scott, Falcon at the end, right? He won't tell him.
Right.
Because it's his. Like, he gave everything he had to everyone else.
Yeah.
But this was his.
He went and lived a normal life.
Yeah, but it was his. He doesn't want to tell people that. That's the thing for him. He gave everything else, and this he takes for himself. And his thing with the funeral, right? That scene with at the tail end when Jon Favreau is talking to the little girl, his daughter, right? And she's like, I want cheeseburgers, and like Kevin Smith's like crying, right? Because Tony wanted cheeseburgers when he got back from the terrorist cell,
right?
And it was Jon Favreau who bought him the fucking cheeseburger, right?
Yeah.
Like he's crying, explaining. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. This movie is amazing. Like if he can do that to people,
yeah,
like it's great. So I love the ending bit. It's probably the best part. For me, what about you? Like I like the. Oh, and I saw a meme later. It doesn't make it sad or anything. It's good because of the emotional resonance. But yeah,
my favorite scene, honestly, is when Cap has a force hammer.
Yeah.
The only thing that would have made that scene a little better if he somehow had part of the Iron Man suit going.
Oh.
Because he had it.
Yeah.
Because Tony gave it to him.
Yeah. I like. I definitely like that one. The precursor. I love that scene too.
Right.
But I love the precursor to it again because I'll say that 100 times. Like Cap's my dude, right?
Yeah.
And his thing when he has the broken shield and he just straps it down tighter.
Right.
Like that 3 seconds is like, all right, this is the greatest fucking guy ever.
Yeah.
Like what is this? Like this dude is amazing. I was gonna say that funeral thing. I like that this movie. It's one of the only MCU movies where they just don't explain a lot of stuff. They just leave a lot of it to you.
Right.
Because there's so much.
Yeah.
But in the end, I saw a meme later and you won't catch it on your first viewing. I did catch it on my second viewing though. The only time in all of the MCU that Drax wears a shirt is at that funeral.
I gotta watch it now.
Yeah.
Again.
Because he says in one of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, like, do you ever put on a shirt? Maybe it was even in Infinity War. He was like, I chased my nipples.
I remember that.
It hurts my nipples. But they were saying, like, for Tony Stark, Drax will wear a shirt and just live with the discomfort. It's not like a tie or anything.
Yeah.
But like, it's a shirt. It's covered up. It's for the respect.
I gotta watch the movie again now.
Yeah.
I really need to get it. So, what's your number 2?
Captain America Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay.
Again, emotionally resonant. Probably not as much as Endgame. As much as I love the action, it's not as bombastic as Infinity War.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I just dig the fuck out of this movie.
I mean, it's out of a lot of the MCU movies. It's probably one of the ones that had the most repercussions.
Yeah, it means a lot. And I love Cap. This was like the Cap movie. You know, the first one's a period piece.
Right.
The third one's still a Cap and Bucky movie. But again, it's also an Iron Man movie. And it's also Avengers 2.5 or whatever.
Yeah, it's an Avengers movie.
So this is like the quintessential... Cap's the coolest guy in all the other movies, but this is like his movie. You know,
right.
I mean, Scarlet Witch is... I mean, not Scarlet Witch, Scarlett Johansson's in it. And Falcon's in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like him.
I mean, he has supporting characters.
Nick Fury, but... like, this is his movie where it's him thinking. You know, it's his movie where it's his decisions.
Right.
That are driving the plot. It's not like an evil menace is attacking, I have to stop him.
I mean, it's him standing up for what's right.
Yeah, the whole movie is him going... like defending personal liberties against the government that he was supposed to be working with.
Right? Yeah, I mean, he's standing up for what's right.
Yeah, that's what he should do. And the action's great. To me, this was the first MCU movie where I watched and like the action was just over the top cool. I mean, and good. The highway sequence with Winter Soldier is great. Actually, amazing. I love the opening of this movie. It's got my favorite opening when he.
Oh yeah.
When they're attacking the pirated ship from a plane, and he jumps out and the guy's like, did he have a shoe? And the guy no. Like he's like laughing it off to the rookie, you know? And he jumps down and just, I don't know, fucking murders like 6 terrorists on this boat. You know, it's one of the, it's the only movie where his actions really drive the plot in a current way and impact the world. And again, this is one of the only movies where he's fighting humans, so his shit is brutal, right, to regular humans. The way they use the shield's great. I like the dark suit that he uses in the beginning, and then goes and steals the World War II suit from the museum,
right,
to wear. I think Winter Soldier is great. I love Sebastian Stan. I actually like him in the other movies too, but he only gets his just due in Winter Soldier and Civil War. In fact, part of me goes like, do I want to watch the Winter Soldier Falcon series where he's like a bit, where they have like the buddy cop thing? To me, it's so much farther away from him, his emotional resonance in this movie, where he's like a really big deal. His fighting's good, his stuff's good. He's tortured, but it's not like he's perfect. It's not like he's a perfect good guy, being brainwashed or whatever. Like, he's got issues. I like the villains. I like all the callbacks from the original movie. Robert Redford's great. The action's great. I like spy movies too. Like, it's again it's the only movie in this MCU that's like a spy movie. It's not a superhero movie, really.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I love the fuck out of this movie.
That's a good movie.
It's so good that they use those directors for all the Avengers movies going forward. And lots of people love Sam Wilson too.
Matt, like I said, I enjoy that movie quite a bit.
Yeah, it's got lots. It's to me, it's the quintessential. We have great action. This has a good plot. To me, it's got one of the best plots.
Yeah.
Where it's like the villain's a good villain. I know people don't really think about Robert Redford as like an MCU villain, but like because Hydra's the villain.
Yeah.
And it's got that great crossover episode with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
2 episodes, but yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it really sets a proper tone for that show.
Yeah. I love the fuck out of it.
Yeah. It's a solid movie. So I guess honorable mentions times. We really don't need to discuss these much.
Yeah.
Just kind of why we put.
Yeah.
My first one's Men in Black. I just enjoyed the movie quite a bit.
Yeah, I like Men in Black.
Yeah.
It almost made it.
It was one of those I did not. Actually, this is one I did not realize it was a comic, actually.
I kind of always thought it was a comic afterwards, but I don't think it shares a lot.
Yeah. But I mean, I enjoyed it.
I did too. I had X-Men 2. It almost made the cut because I was trying to get an X-Men movie on there, and it was like that or Hellboy or Kick-Ass, and like I said, I just ended up putting Kick-Ass and Hellboy over it, like they're better. Even though I like X2 a lot, I was trying to get a X-Men movie on there because it's like, Hugh Jackman does real good. I like Magneto, and I like all these guys. I like the villain for X2. So I tried to get one on there, just didn't make it. So, but I wanted to mention X-Men. Like, there are watchable X-Men movies.
Actually, X-Men is on my honorable mentions.
It's like that.
Just, honestly, the main reason I wanted to make sure it got honorable mentions at least. It was going to be it was my number 10 for a while.
Yeah.
Until it just got bumped. Because it really sets the modern era of superhero movies. Because it was a first.
Exactly.
And they kind of proved it. It's like, okay, this can work.
Yeah. With some with some named actors.
Right. Like if they treat it serious.
It can be serious. Next I had Red, the Bruce Willis movie with John Malkovich.
Haven't seen it.
You'd love it. It's great. I just get same thing. It didn't make it on the list proper. Again, there's only 10 spots. And in fact, if I had made an Endgame and Infinity War 1, it probably would have been on the list.
Right.
I probably would have read it number 10.
I got the Tobey Maguire
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Again, just because I enjoyed it for one, and two, it also kind of proved that X-Men wasn't a fluke.
To me, it was always like X-Men worked. It was successful. And I like X2 a lot. I like X2 better than X1.
Yeah.
But it's not, the first one at least, they're not wearing the comic book suits.
Right.
They're not necessarily super comic book-y. Like, they were just trying to take it seriously.
Yeah.
And, like, take a real-life spin on it. It's not all the resonance and stuff. To me, it was like Spider-Man. It was like, okay, this is a comic book suit full deal. Like, if it's true, right? The Green Goblin's a little off the wall, but like, this is a comic book movie proper. It works. It's fun. It's successful.
Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed the movie, and it kind of proved that X-Men wasn't a fluke.
Exactly.
That there was a market for these kind of movies.
Yeah, I had Spider-Man Homecoming. It's one of my honorable mentions.
Okay.
Same thing. It was on the top 10 at one point. Actually, probably longer than any of my other honorable mentions.
Right.
And it was like, I have another Fiverse on here. And I had Spider-Man 2 on there.
Yeah.
So it was like, 3 Spider-Man movies, you know.
Fair.
Is it that good? It's probably not that good. But it is great.
Yeah. My last honorable mention is Iron Man. I enjoyed it, and it starts the MCU.
Good honorable mention. My last one...
it might as well have parentheses MCU on there.
Yeah, my last one was... this one actually wasn't on my list at all, really. But I ended up throwing it on my list because I didn't think that I could talk about comic book movies and not ever mention the Superman movie from the 80s. The first Superman.
Yeah.
And I had Superman 1 and 2 on here because 2 is the one where people go, okay, that movie's actually good.
Right.
And 1's not really that good, but again, even more than X-Men. Like you talk about X-Men's the modern era.
Yeah.
Superman's the the real theatrical era. There were live action stuff on TV serials.
Yeah.
Superman with Christopher Reeves is like, this is good, wholesome fun. There's nothing wrong with it for its era. Made a lot of money. Put Superman in households even more than he was. And of course, Batman would go on to do it in '89.
Right.
But I just wanted to mention it. Like I think it's good. It's good.
Iron Man actually never made it on my top 10.
Superman was never on my top 10. It's just like, I kind of want to mention it.
That's actually what prompted me. It's like, hey, are we going to do honorable mentions, or is it just pure top 10?
Yeah.
Which I guess up to our top movies.
Number 1.
Which, my number 1 isn't surprising. Casey is not surprising anyone that knows me.
I knew what it was before we sat down.
But Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim is the
I
one.
love this movie. It's my favorite movie. I don't know why it's my favorite movie. It just, I guess, resonates with me.
I guess. I've never seen this movie all the way through.
I don't know if we can be friends.
Then how you ever see half my list?
Yeah, but none of those are your favorite movies.
They're my top 10.
Comic movies.
I've seen the whole thing, just not all the way straight through, because you've seen all these fights, like if you're on the internet and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I like the style. It's very quirky. I haven't read the book. I know you haven't read the book.
I haven't read the book, and I actually kind of refuse to.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid it will ruin the movie.
Yeah. No, it's a cool movie, man. I like Michael Cera. He's good.
Yeah. I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, when I bought it, I got the Blu-ray and the DVD pack.
Yeah.
The DVD has not left my computer.
I know.
Drive. Except for the few instances I got installed something.
Yeah.
Off of a CD, and then it goes right back in.
I dig this movie. Again, it didn't make my top whatever. Because it doesn't resonate with me the same way, but again, everything resonates with people differently.
Right. And it's one of those, I really can't explain why it resonates with me so much.
That's kind of like me and the Captain America Winter Soldier. It's like, it's really high up there. It's like, not think about it. It doesn't have as many emotional moments. Maybe it's just the action.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even mention that elevator scene.
Oh, yeah.
Shot all these guys in the elevator. Like, dude, I fucking love this movie. I love every single scene in the movie.
Which I kind of was hoping they were going to redo in game, but the way they
wink and nod. Yeah, that's great.
I really don't have much more to say on Scott Pilgrim.
My number 1 is The Dark Knight.
Okay. I have that at this point. I kind of figured that's where it was.
Yeah. I've seen this movie more times than every other. As many times as I've seen all the previous 9, I've seen this movie as many times as I've seen all those movies combined, multiplied probably. I had it on loop for a while.
Yeah.
I've seen all the special features, how they made it. I've watched it with commentary 10 times. Like, I know every fucking thing about this movie, how they filmed every single scene, how every single stunt was set up, the thinking process, how long it took to make it, how they made everything. Fucking love this movie. And the fucking great part is, Begins and the other one are okay. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. It's the same thing. Like, is it better than Endgame or Infinity War? As a movie, maybe.
Who cares? I mean, this is what
It's certainly got like a little disjointedness, but
let's be real. Scott Pilgrim is not better than probably any of their movies on my list, but it's my favorite.
Yeah. No, I just love The Dark Knight. I fucking dig the shit out of it. Like, same thing. I can actually more than the rest. Where I was like, where the soldiers like, I love every scene. This one I love every scene, and I could tell them to you in order.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie in a couple of years, but it's fucking phenomenal. I love every part of it. I love the way that it's filmed. I love Christopher Nolan. In fact, I've seen every Christopher Nolan movie because of this movie. I've went and watched every movie he's ever filmed.
Oh, wow.
He hasn't filmed that many movies.
Well, yeah, but still.
And I had seen Memento before this, but it's the reason that I go and watch like Interstellar and Inception. Inception's a great fucking movie too.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, whatever.
But whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I love this movie. I love Batman. I know people shit on the Christian Bale voice thing. Don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I think the action's good. I love the opening scene.
I mean, honestly,
Love
that
the
voice
music.
thing kind of makes sense if you stop and think about it anyways. They're trying to keep your identity secret. They're not going to be running around using your regular voice.
To me, it's like the most real. Like, I know he went for it, but it's like, to me, it's like the most realistic version of Batman. Like, they redid the suit so he doesn't have the cowl thing where you can't turn your head. It's,
right.
Again, I know some people shit on it a little bit about like the sort of the Transformers thing, like why it's like this. Like, dude, the armor is padded. Like, it's kind of based off real tactical armor.
They're trying to make it plausible, and it is.
Yeah, like I said, the fight scenes are cool to me, where he's using like a lot of martial arts. Who would have fucking thought? Like,
right.
That's always my problem with, of course, the 80s movies, right? 90s movies. Where the guy's just like punching them. It's like, whatever. Because the suit won't let him do anything.
Yeah, that was just error.
And then like the new one with what's his name? The new ones in the extended universe where Batman was featured in Justice League and Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Where he just like, same thing. He just kind of punches people, or he like choke slams them, or grabs them, or whatever, or throws them. Where he's kind of like buff. I like this one because it's like Christian Bale's not. He's in great shape, but he's not like a huge dude.
Right.
So he is like grabbing people and, you know, breaking them at the elbow and taking them at the neck and judo toss them and shit like this. Like, it's not all just like, oh, I'm stronger than everybody else that lives and I have gadgets. Like, he's fucking fighting these guys.
Yeah.
He gets stabbed. You know, there's a thing in the beginning where he gets like bit on by the dog. You know, it's like, because this shit's hard, man.
Oh, yeah.
I think the car is practical. Again, I love the way the movie's shot. I love the Joker. He's my favorite fucking version of... He's not my favorite version of the Joker. He's my favorite version of a movie Joker.
Right.
He's my favorite villain on this entire list, even more than Thanos. Because he, like in the movie, they've explained it. Like, he represents chaos. Like, he doesn't live...
Yeah, he's not trying to conquer the world. He's not trying to get super rich.
Yeah. He's not holding the city up for $10 million. He's not even just trying to kill people. Like, that's not even a thing either. It's not like he's just a psycho murderer. It's just like, he sees the world the way it is, and he doesn't like it.
Right.
He just wants it to be askew. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all he wants. He doesn't even do anything. Like, he says in the movie, he's like, I don't even do anything for any particular reason.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not killing the DA because, then there would be no DA. Like, no, I'm just going to turn him into a villain, right?
Right.
Like, shit like that. Like, turn people's sensibilities on their head.
I mean, it's like I'm going to blow up a hospital in 2 hours.
Right, like, just to see everybody move. That's all he wants.
Yeah.
Like, it's genius to me. Like, there's no other character like that. Nobody else does a villain like that. Right. And then they bring him back for, like, Suicide Squad Jokers and that, and, like, he's just a bad guy or whatever. You know, it's like, man, way to waste a fucking dynamic character. To me, they get the most out of what they got in this movie. So, anyway, it's my favorite. Makes me actually feel the time. I actually thought this thing came off pretty well.
Oh, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We'll have to do more in the future.
They're hard to do, though.
Yeah. They take a bit of work, but...
yeah, when you said it eventually, first you're like, let's do top 10 comic book adaptations, I think, is what, like, the word you used. And I was like, fucking, if you had shows in there, dude, I'd never get a list.
Yeah.
Even if we just do shows, I'd never get a list.
Shows would take a while if we did, like, just series.
Yeah, man. Mostly because these days, like, I've seen, like, 10 comic book series this year.
Yeah.
Especially if you had animated ones.
Oh, God, yeah.
I couldn't do animated then. Like, shouldn't have to be. Like,
yeah, we would have to specify, like, live action, animated, but...
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well,
let's wrap this up.
That's going to be the end of it this week. Fun episode, though. Hit us up on Facebook at Questionable Fandom Podcast, and then it's Questionable Fandom on all other social media platforms, Instagram, on our Patreon's Questionable Fandom, and our email for questions or comments or future topic. Especially, I kind of like this top 10. Like, if you have any topics, so it's qf.mailbag@gmail.com. And like anything you think about this episode, I thought it came off well, but tell us.
Yeah. Love to hear feedback.
For sure. But that's going to be the end for this week. And next week will also be a different format, but we haven't decided what it is yet. So,
spoilers.
Tune in for a surprise topic.
Yeah, so surprising. We don't know what it is yet.
Alright, that's going to be it for us this week.